Hi, I am Brianna Medeiros, the Community Engagement Manager for CIEE High School Study Abroad programs. Oftentimes, families ask about the possibilities for their participants to travel before or after their CIEE program. Today, I'm joined by Nate Dyer, the Director of Operations for Pre-College Programs, to talk about travel and visitation logistics. Thanks for joining me, Nate.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So my first question to you is, can you explain what are arrival and departure windows?
Yes, I can. So each program is going to have an arrival and departure window. These are time slots on the first and last day of the programs. I want to say, though, to determine these arrival and departure windows, we work with our travel partner, FlightFox, to help us in identifying the arrival and departure times that align with common flight schedules for flights between the program's designated airport and the US. So we've tried to account for common flight times in designating these windows. So what are these windows? The windows are the periods of time on arrival and departure day when CIE staff will be meeting students upon arrival, assisting them in getting to the program location, and on the program departure day at the end of the program, those are the windows in which CIE Center staff will ensure group transportation to get them back to the airport in time for their flights. So that's to say, if you book a flight that arrives in the window upon arrival and out during the departure window at the end of the program, those are the windows in which CIE will provide transport and at airport support for participants.
Okay, great. And so what should families know if they or their student will be traveling outside of the arrival departure windows before or after their program?
Good question. So if participants are arriving to or departing from the program airport outside of these windows, we want to be clear that it is the family's responsibility for ensuring that participants arrive on time and depart from the CIE program on the designated day that the program ends. Now, participants arriving outside of the arrival window will receive instructions as to where and when to arrive the week that the program begins. Okay, so it's important that both participants and legal guardians understand that they will get detailed information with logistical details if they are arriving outside of the designated arrival window. If participants, however, are traveling to or from the program in a different way, so not on a flight, but rather train or being dropped off, students and legal guardians should indicate that in the participant's application in the travel before or after program task. And the last point I want to make on this, as it happens every year, where many of those who do arrive outside of the arrival window are arriving prior to the opening of that arrival window. In those cases, what students can simply do is wait at the airport for staff to arrive, and then they can join those arriving within the window and travel to the program location with the group. For those at the end of the program who decide to leave after the window closes on the program end date, which is also quite common, those participants can also join the rest of the participants on the program to go to the airport, and they'll be supported by CIE Center staff. It's just they may have to wait a little bit longer before their flight home if it departs after that window closes.
That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, just be sure to make sure that CIEE knows of your decision, right, and the logistics that you are going to take. So can parents visit their students while they are on program?
Yeah, so we want to remind everyone the program rules, which both participants and legal guardians signed as part of their terms and conditions in the application, indicate very clearly that participants cannot have visitors or travel outside of their program location without CIEE during their program. This policy is intended to support participants to ensure that they are fully engaged in their program. Days are full and long, as many of you will see when you review your outcomes calendars and your program schedules. Participants should not make plans outside of the program calendar, as it would likely mean missing fun and exciting aspects of the program and other opportunities to fully experience the high school summer abroad program that they signed up for.
And what if the student has friends or family living in or near their program location and they would like to visit them?
Yeah, that's a great question, Brianna. So we understand that sometimes unique opportunities may arise to visit with loved ones while on program. It's really important that we emphasize participants should not miss any portion of CIE scheduled programming in order to make space for visiting families, friends, or family members. However, if there is designated free time during the program, we would be open to reviewing specific requests. If the situation arises, these are conversations that really need to happen when a participant is on site, and they can share those details and discuss potential plans directly with their program leaders and CIE Center staff.
Thank you so much, Nate. This is important information for families to have and to know that we have all of the logistics set for your students to have full support on travel day as long as they arrive within the arrival or depart on during the departure windows. But that, of course, we can accommodate any exceptions, and we just ask that the families communicate that information with CIEE. And as far as visitation logistics go, our number one priority is full immersion for the students and full participation in our CIEE programming. So if any exceptions may arise, then these are conversations that the students should be having with center staff.
Yes, exactly. Thanks for having me, Brianna.
Thank you. Thanks, Nate.